Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, everybody. And this is the continuation of our work, of our e-learning lecture. And the format of the trading profit and loss account has been given to you. And the next thing is just to try to solve one or two questions under it. And the question we have from your essential textbook, that's page 295, question 20.7a. Remember A, you now have the answer at the back of your textbook. Now the question, you have the tribalance is given, whereby you have a capital drawing, purchase return, sales, and we have a sales return, stock first January, salary and wages, leasehold premises, rent, carriage inward, carriage outward. Plant and machinery at cost, provision for bad debt, 1st January. Insurance, you have discount allowed, discount received. Bill receivable, and we have a bill payable. Creditor, debtors, advertising, and so on up to the rental income, 68 naira. You have additional information. Under additional information, you have closing. That's the closing stock at 31st December 1992, you have for 1,429, and you have a provision is to be made up to 400. That's we call it a new provision for bad debt. Prepaid expenses, you have a general expenses, and you have advertising. Expenses have been paid until 31st March 1993, and remember, the 12-month calendar date, 1st January to 31st December 1992. Anything above that one, and whatever paid, you calculate it and refer to as a prepaid, that's payment in advance. And depreciation is to be written off. You calculate 10% on machinery, office furniture and fitting, and you have a 2.5% on cost. Leasehold premises to last for 5 years. The cost of leasehold premises, once you are given the 5 years, you divide the leasehold premises divided by 5, and we give you the value of the depreciation. 3 weeks wages amounted to 160 had accrued, that is, have not been paid, and you had 160 to original cost of the value of the salaries and wages. Mr. Pelle will withdraw goods worth 300 naira for private consumption, and these 300 worth goods withdrawn by the proprietor will affect your purchases and also affect your drawings when you are preparing the balance sheet at the end of the day. Rent income owned by tenant, 300 naira. Rent income owned, that's when you have a rent income, had 300 naira to read. And to start, let's start the working together. And the first thing, you have opening stock. When you have an opening stock, the value of the opening stock, what's the value of the opening stock? And you have 11, 1,146. And here you have a hard purchases. To hard purchases, you have a 5,000. You have a 5,221. Here, return outward. You minus the return outward, which is purchases return. You have a 424. When you minus here 11 minus 4 will give us a 7. Here you have a 9. And here you have a minus, you have a 7 again, you have a 4. Less what? Again, goods withdrawn for personal use. That is goods withdrawn. You have a minus goods withdrawn, which is 300. And check. If you have a carriage inward is given, therefore you write this on the first column again, that is the balance before you transfer to the last column. Because we are giving the carriage inward, that's why we need to write it below 300, not beside 300. Here you have a 97, you have a 4, and you have a 4. Hard what? And you have a hard carriage inwards. You have a carriage inwards. What's the value of the carriage inward? Carriage inward, you have a 231. You have a 231, you add it together. And when you add it, you have a 8. You have a 2. Here you have a 6, 7. You have a 47. Add them together, you have a 14. You have a 6, 7. And here you have a 8. And you have a 5. And this value here, we call it a cost of goods available for sales. Cost of goods available for sales. And after that one, and you move to this side, you have a sales figure, you have a 14,984. You have a 14,984 less return inward. Less return inward, that's a 182. We have a 182. Here you have a 2, and you have a 0, you have a 8, and you have a 14. And when you have this figure, 14,802, 14,802 minus 5,000, before you minus your 5,000, after you have a cost of goods available for sale, you less your closing stock. Under the additional information, you have 1429, and that's a less closing stock. When you minus closing stock, and will give us cost of goods sold. Here you have a 5, and here you have a 4, and you have a 4, and here you have a 4. And minus, here you call it a cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold minus, you take a cost of goods sold out of the net value of the sale. Here you have a 4, 4, 4, 5. And you minus, here you have a 7, and you have a 5, and here you have a 3, and you have 10. We give us 10,000, 10,357. You can use your own calculator to confirm. And here you have a gross, we call it a gross profit carried down. Your gross profit carried down, and to add them together, 14,802. On the same line, 14,802. Once you have a gross profit, carried down, and you come to the other side, the opposite side, and you have a gross profit brought down. Your gross profit brought down, you have a 10,357. Now after, you first of all consider all the item. Let's take the expenses one after the other. When you follow the expenses one after the other, you check the question given to you. Do we have ordinary wages? Ordinary wages is not given, and you are giving the salaries and wages 4484. And under expenses, you have the salaries and wages. You have a 4484. 4484. Go to additional information under item G. The week's wages amounting to 160 had accrued but have not been paid on closing the book. That's a 160. Accrued. I told you the accrued must be added back to the original value of the item, whereby you have a add accrued, that's a 160. You add it to this one, and you have a 4, you have a 4, that's a 5, you have a 6, that's a 4. And after that one, you check the one that have a adjustment again. You have a provision is to be made up to 400. We have a 2 provision for bad debt now. The one under the additional information, and the one you have in your own trial balance given to you. And if the new one under additional information is greater than the old one, you come to this side and do the adjustment. That is, you have the new provision, that's 400, and check the old provision given to you. Provision of bad debt 324, and less code provision, you have a 324. When you minus and we give us 6, here you have a 9. Remain 9, you have a 7, 3 minus, this is 6, remain 9, 9 minus 2 will give us 7. Here you already borrow 1, 3 minus 3 will give us 0, that's 76. And you have a prepaid expenses, that's general expenses. Here you have a general expenses. What's the real value of the general expenses? The real value of the general expenses, you have a general expenses, that's second to the last item in your trial balance, that's 987. The 987, you have a 987 less prepaid. Any prepaid item we minus less prepaid, and we give us less prepaid of 30 naira, and you have a 7, and you have a 5, and you have a 3. Let's check because of the space. The other item that need to be adjusted is advertising expenses have been paid until 31st March. And here, therefore, you have the advertising has been paid on. And if you look at the, let's use this because in order not to confuse you that I'll try to circle this one just for a minor calculation. Check the value of advertising. The value of advertising is 1,500 naira. 1,500 naira. And remember, from January to December, that's 12-month calendar. And we are dealing with the 12-month calendar. And if you look at this one, they said the advertising has been paid up to the 3rd March of 1993, and we are preparing account for the 1992. Therefore, 3 plus 12 will give us a 15. That means they already paid for 15 months. You divide the amount of value of advertising by 15, and will give us 100 naira to get. Amount that's supposed to pay per month, we have 100 naira per month. 12 multiplied by 100 will give us 1,200. If you minus 1,000, or is other way around, we have 100 naira per month. We pay another extra beyond the 1992, and we have it as from January to March. That's 3 months. 3 times 100 naira will give us 300 naira. Therefore, like you come to this side as part of the adjustment also, that is, you have advertising. Advertising, you have 1,500 naira less prepaid or advance payment. Prepaid or advance payment of 300. When you minus 300 from this one, and will give us 1,200 naira. That's how you adjust your own account. And after we have treated the goods withdrawn for personal use, and remain rental income rental income owned by the tenant. Rental income owned by the tenant. And when you have a rental income, because this is expensive side and the gross profit brought down side, which is a credit side, is income side. And you come to this side, it's just like when you have a rent receipt or discount receipt, you have a rental income. You have a rental income, what's the figure? The rental income is 68 naira. You have a 68 naira and had accrued. You have accrued here, where you have accrued of a 300 naira, and you have a accrued 300 naira, and will give us 368 naira. 368 naira, and any other one that you need your adjustment. You check very well, and the remaining one is a thing we can explain. And item E, if you have to charge the depreciation, take the following plant and machinery 10%. Go back to the original value of the plant and machinery, which is 2,400. Calculate 10% of plant and machinery will give us 240. 240, you come to this side and you write. You come to this side and you write a depreciation column. Plant and machinery 240 under this column, and you do the same thing. Furniture and fitting 2.5. Calculate 2.5 of furniture and fitting. Whatever be the value, you write it on this column. The premises, you have a leasehold premises 2,500. I told you once you are giving, the percentage is not given this time around to determine the depreciation, but you are giving the number of years to recoup the money, and you have a 15. You have a 15,000. You have a 2,500, and you are giving the 5 years. 5 divided by 25 will give us a 500. The depreciation value for land and premises will be, all these old premises is 500. You write the 500 on this side. And after, what are the items that remain on third? Let's check back from the beginning again. After we already considered the carriage inward, under the expenses, we have a carriage outward, and you have insurance, you have a discount allowed. Here we have a discount. You have a discount to receive. Discount to receive here. We have a discount to receive, that's a 50. You have a 50 naira. After discount to receive, bill receivable and bill payable, that's a balance sheet item. Bill receivable and bill payable transfer to the balance sheet, and you have a creditor, that's the balance sheet, and you have a debtors. We already treated the advertising. What remain again? Nothing else. And if there is nothing remain, and from there, and when you transfer all the expenses that remain, and you minus from the income side, and therefore you arrive at the net profit. When you arrive at the net profit, and remember you do your own calculation perfectly, because if there is any minor mistake, it will affect your final account, which is a balance sheet. Leave the balance sheet. To prepare the balance sheet now, remember we have the remaining format. The same format, but the only thing that you first of all consider, when you have the liability side, capital plus net profit, less drawing. Your drawing, the drawing figure is given. When you have a drawing figure is 1,104 naira. 1,004 naira, and you had to get the correct value of the drawing. The goods withdrawn for personal use by the proprietor, and you had the drawing 300 naira to it, and will give us the value. That's why you now less drawing. Now go back to the orders. All the accrued should be transferred to the liability side, Why all the prepaid, like what? You have a salary accrued transfer to the liability side, and you have advertisement prepaid transfer to the asset side, and at the same time general expenses transfer to the asset side under the current asset. And when you get to the debtors, the new value of the provision, which is 400, will be deducted from the value of your debtors, while your rental income accrued, instead of being transferred to the liability side, transfer to be transferred to the asset side. And after that one, the two items that will be so strange is bill receivable and bill payable. The bill receivable will be under the liability, current liability, while the bill payable will be transferred to the current asset of your account. And the last one item that you need to consider is your closing stock under additional information should be part of your current asset. And if you prepare your account perfectly and follow all the adjustments one after the other, and you realize your account must be balanced. But mind you, there is no way you can check the answer from the back because it's 20.78. And after that one, you can try any other assignment under the same trading profit and loss account. Let's try this one. And the only thing, 20.6, the only thing that I need from you is just to send the final account, the net profit and then your gross profit. 20.6, assignment is 20.6, and I will give you and then your final balance of the balance sheet. If there is any error, I will quickly get to know and correct it before we resume. Subhana rabbika.